This poll should scare the living daylights out of every single Democrat out there. Despite what I would still see as biased media coverage trying to defend the failed Biden, Garland, Harris administration and these useful idiots in the White House and Department of Justice, despite running a Praetorian Guard protection racket for Biden 24 hours a day, shockingly, Tip Insights just ran a poll. Here's a headline. Tip poll stunner. Just 22% of Americans want Joe Biden to run for president again. Again, my question here, who the hell are those 22%? Here, it gets even worse. This is from yesterday, December 6, 2021. As mentioned, Biden was named by just 22% of those asked who they wanted to run in the next election cycle. While only 12%, that's 1-2, mentioned Vice President Kamala Harris, whose abrasive style, lack of preparation, and revolving door personal changes have drawn criticism, even from formerly friendly Democrats and the left-leaning media. Now do you see? Where are the, right, good point. He says, where are the 12% who want Harris to run? Folks, this is a disaster. This is not trouble. This is not big trouble. This is an apocalyptic, cataclysmic disaster for the left. They have no chance right now with their current bullpen, Biden and Harris, of winning in the next election. I shouldn't say no chance. Anything can happen. But they are in real significant trouble right now. Now do you understand why yesterday's segment with Brian Stelter, how the coffee boy at CNN, why he's so concerned about the media telling the truth about Biden and Harris? You see why now? Look, CNN put out a newsletter yesterday. It's by Oliver Darcy, he's the coffee boy for the coffee boy. So Stelter gets coffee for Zucker, right? Darcy gets coffee for Stelter. So he's like the vice president coffee boy. They put out a newsletter yesterday saying that how the White House is now quietly trying to reshape economic coverage. They had some conversation trying to get reporters to do propaganda instead of their jobs. Why? Because of what I told you yesterday. They're starting to understand that the negative coverage of Kamala Harris is de facto negative coverage of the president. Why? Well, obviously because she works in the administration, but because she's their only candidate they have lined up for the next election. They have no bullpen at all. They have nothing. So Stelter and them are trying to alter the coverage to make sure they can try to turn the tide to give Harris a kind of nicer path out there to run for 2024 by trying to say, hey, it'd be a real shame if you destroyed Harris's chances, right? You get it? That's what's happening right now behind the scenes. And showing you how character-free the coffee boy and the sub-coffee boy, the vice presidential coffee boy, Darcy and them are. Folks, I have not covered the Chris Cuomo scandal because I candidly don't care. One, it's all over the news. I don't like to waste your time. I get an hour, a little bit under an hour with you every day. My goal was always, remember, Joe, our original stated mission of the show, we wanted to have you be able to go to work, come home from work or on a lunch break, get everything you needed to know we felt were important in that day and we think would be important to you. Right. So I don't waste your time. Who cares about Chris Cuomo? But I'll say this, and it may be an unpopular opinion. Chris Cuomo's a moron. No, I mean it. He's a moron. Like he's just a jerk. He's not a nice guy. He is a gamer, and I don't think he has an ounce of principle in him. But I got to tell you, it's pretty pathetic that Brian Stelter kissed this guy's butt at CNN while he was there when Cuomo had the highest rated show they have on CNN, which isn't really saying much. It's like being the tallest guy in a village of infants, right? Look at me. I got all these infants. I'm 7 feet tall. The infants are, seriously. I'm sorry, I'm 5 feet tall. A bunch of the infants, right? Stelter, who kissed Chris Cuomo's ass the entire time he was at CNN, the minute things broke bad for Cuomo, look what he does. Look at his Daily Wire headline. CNN's Brian Stelter dunks on fired Chris Cuomo, says he caused so many headaches and CNN staffers were very unhappy. Listen, Joe, man.
Good buddy.
You and I go back a ways. Yeah. Guy code, man, right? Don't you? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like, really, bro? I've had coworkers throughout my life, the NYPD and Secret Service, who've gotten in trouble. They do something wrong. You're like, you know what? I'll have to face the consequence. You don't go out in public and start piling on and
No.
bashing on him.
No.
I mean, there's like a guy code. You know what I mean? Look at this punk, the coffee boy. What a loser. Meanwhile, keep in mind, the coffee boy, who's a laughing stock in the media. Remember him making fun of Mark Levin because Mark Levin said there was a FISA warrant on Trump, never apologized for that.
Yep.
Promoting Avenatti, the PP hoax, the Hunter Biden's laptop story was fake. This a-hole, Stelter, is dunking on Cuomo? What a character-free loser. Waits until he gets out the door. What a piece of garbage. Shows you exactly who the eunuch is at CNN. CNN should put that loser on at 9 o'clock and watch him get annihilated in the ratings. Tells you everything you need to know about Brian Stelter.
You just heard the Dan Bongino Show.